Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here tonight. We watched WWE 2017's version of No Mercy. This was a pay-per-view that I was lucky enough to attend last year at the Golden One Center here in Sacramento, California. This year, No Mercy came to you live from the Staples Center down in Los Angeles. This is a pay-per-view that, as of a few years ago, I might have wanted to attend this to go see Cena versus Roman Reigns. And I can honestly tell you that I thought that this was a good pay-per-view. I will say that the Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar match didn't really appeal to me that much. So I can honestly say that I wish the pay-per-view had ended 2 matches earlier. I really didn't care about Enzo and Neville either. I'm not the biggest 205 Live fan, and I'm sure there's some people out there that are probably saying, you gotta be kidding me. 205 Live has some of the best athletes inside of a wrestling ring, and it's a great 1-hour show to get through. I used to love watching NXT for the one reason that it was only 1 hour. It had its own storylines. I didn't have to watch Raw. I didn't have to watch SmackDown. I could watch one show and know everything that was going on in the promotion, and that's all I needed to know. I know that there are matches for 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division that do take place on Monday Night Raw, but I think most people are getting what I'm talking about. WWE No Mercy 2017. I will tell you that I was home. I did sit here while the TV was on, but I did not pay attention to Elias beating Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is a guy that I really like, and the Titus deal is pretty fun. I don't understand if they're baby faces or heels. It seems like he's got a collection of baby faces in his thing, but I thought when he started forming this, I thought Titus was the heel, and I thought that's where the storyline was going to go, is that, Apollo Crews was conflicted whether it had let this guy help him cheat or what it was, but it was cool when Tozawa won the Cruiserweight Championship as well. But much like Enzo winning the title tonight, I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe it's just going to be on Tuesday he drops the title, or maybe even on Raw he drops the title. Or maybe Enzo's actually going to be somebody to actually help 205 Live out. He's the biggest star that has gone from the main roster to helping out 205 Live. I remember it was a splash when it was announced that Austin Aries was actually going to wrestle in the Cruiserweight division on 205 Live. Then he went to WrestleMania, and then after that, he was gone. So it is what it is. Pay-per-view kicked off with The Miz going up against Jason Jordan. Wasn't that on the dark match? I can't remember if that was the opening of the pay-per-view or not. But Jordan, even though he won the 6-pack challenge, and I'm guessing that his championship run and his heel turn is going to be coming sooner than later, Miz got the win. Had some little bit of outside help with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. I'm guessing that I'm switching the page. I'm guessing now, I believe that The Miz really is having a kid. I really thought it was going along with the storyline that, Maurice was wanting to get The Miz away from the entourage and wanted him to himself. I thought that's what they were going. I thought it was going to be a WWE false pregnancy storyline, but I guess now I'm guessing that I'm buying that it's really real. I honestly thought that with the interview of Jason Jordan after the match ended, as well as talking to Kurt Angle in the back, that Kurt Angle would give him a rematch, and that Jason Jordan might win the title later on down the line. That did not happen. Maybe on Monday Night Raw we'll get to see the rematch. But The Miz already is booked to have Roman Reigns on Miz TV tomorrow on Raw. But maybe he'll do double duty, and maybe he'll wrestle against Jason Jordan as well. We had Finn Balor go up against Bray Wyatt. Before the match even started, Bray Wyatt attacked Finn Balor. And it looked like Finn was going to be helped to the back by some referees. But basically Bray Wyatt jumped on the mic and basically called out Finn Balor, basically saying that he was just a man, there was no demon, and that he was a god, and there was no way that Balor would be able to stand up to him. Balor ended up coming back to the ring, wrestling in a very boring match. Honestly, most of the match I spent trying to find a picture of my friend Miguel taking a nap during SummerSlam 2014 during the Chris Jericho Bray Wyatt match. I know I've said this 1,000 times, and I apologize, but Bray Wyatt to me is a very compelling character, but every single guy that he has had a series of matches with, the guy is stalled out, and the guy has not been over when his storyline is over. It doesn't matter if it's Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Finn Balor. Take it like this. Finn Balor is my favorite wrestler in WWE today, and I couldn't even watch that match. The attire was really cool. I don't know because I haven't seen Raw if he's been wearing the gray or if he just started wearing the gray today. But it was almost like Macho Man Randy Savage wearing the pink trunks. You know, you didn't get to see it all the time, but on a special occasion, it was pretty flashy and it was pretty cool. Gray, light blue, whatever color it was the cool color for Finn Balor. Great match from the tag team division. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins beat Cesaro and Sheamus. I'm sort of surprised they didn't put the titles back on a real team like Cesaro and Sheamus. You know, they got shirts, they got merch. You know, they're two singles guys wrestling as a tag team, so I'm not sure if they're a real tag team, but they're realer than Ambrose and Rollins. I think Ambrose and Rollins give more to Monday Night Raw as singles guys than as a tag team. Especially with us, you know, we got the mini Shield reunion. Ambrose and Rollins patched some stuff up. But now we want to see Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns all together in the ring. So I'm surprised, but maybe they don't have anything on tap for the next month for Ambrose and Rollins, so they want to keep them in the division. But as long as you have the titles on Ambrose and Rollins, what do you have the Hardys doing? You know, they wrestled in the six-pack challenge. Jeff Hardy wrestled for the Intercontinental Championship. I think most people love seeing Jeff Hardy, even though now the word is that he might be hurt. But people want to see the Hardys. They want to see them together. They want to see them in tag team matches. That's why you brought them back. Give it to us. We go from there to Alexa Bliss, you know, keeping her title in a fatal five-way against Bayley, Emma, Nia Jax, and Sasha Banks. Really good match. Lots of actions. Everybody trying to steal pins. Everybody hitting big moves. Everybody hitting finishers. I think everybody having a believable shot. Spot of the night goes to the powerbomb from, I believe, Sasha Banks and Emma on the outside to Nia Jax. No, it was not Sasha Banks. It was Emma and Bayley. And then you had the double drop kick from, I believe, Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss in the ring to deliver a huge power bomb out on the floor, which took Nia Jax out of the match for a little bit. Big match. John is getting to Raw Talk, so we got to get through this in a hurry. Roman Reigns defeated John Cena. Very surprised by this. Maybe they're doing a retirement angle. That's why I wanted to watch John here. But I don't know where you go from here. This was a big match. It happened at No Mercy. No Mercy is not WrestleMania. It's not Royal Rumble. It's not Survivor Series. It's not SummerSlam. It's No Mercy. So what did they do this for? Did they realize that maybe they're never going to be able to get a Roman versus Cena match and they just want to get one so they have it in the tank for later on down the road? You know, Cena might be turning into an Undertaker. We might see this guy only once or twice a year, and they might not want to do a babyface versus babyface match at a big show like that. So maybe we got it now because you're not going to get it any other time. Enzo beat Neville. Nothing really big there. And then Brock beat Strowman in a match that didn't really have a whole bunch going on for it either, in my mind. Strowman got some early offense in. Brock Lesnar came back. He hit an F5. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Pay-per-view should have ended 2 matches earlier and would have gone down as one of the best pay-per-views of the year. But now we're just left with Roman and Cena talking about that. I think it's match of the year. I don't know what else comes close to it. So that's what we're going to remember from this. Really good stuff from Roman and Cena. Really good stuff from Ambrose, Rollins, Cesaro, and Sheamus. And all those women in the women's match need to tap themselves on the back and know that they had a really good one tonight. So, fun times. Thank you, Monday Night Raw. Thank you, WWE. Thank you, the WWE Network. $9.99. Well spent this month. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. WWE No Mercy going on live on the pay-per-view right now. I can honestly tell you that this tag team title match was one hell of a match. And it went down between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, a.k.a. 2 of the 3 members of The Shield, going up against Cesaro and Sheamus. If I had to honestly tell you in a prediction video before this event happened, I would have easily taken Cesaro and Sheamus, because of the fact that I figured that they only really put Ambrose and Rollins together for a reunion at SummerSlam. I was thinking that you put the titles back on Sheamus and Cesaro, get that tag team division going strong again, because you got guys like the Hardys just sitting on the sidelines, who I don't even think are going to be on the pay-per-view tonight, and you'd be able to use them more in tag team action and get Rollins and Ambrose both back into singles feuds, as we wait until the day we get to see the real Shield reunion, with Roman teaming up with Ambrose and Rollins as well. But this was a really, really good match. It honestly went back and forth. Very early on in the match, you see Cesaro go into the turnbuckle and actually lose a tooth. The guy was a bloody mess for the most part during this match. Blood coming out of his mouth. There's blood all over Seth Rollins' back. But I thought this was going to be where, the good guys got the titles back. Sheamus and Cesaro, a really good tag team. Easily, I'm not going to say carrying the tag team division for Monday Night Raw. But I thought that's where they would have gone. I'm not sure if they're building up towards, a Rollins and Ambrose turn and down the road, and that's where they're going to split the championships. But during this match, we basically had Sheamus hitting white noise on Ambrose inside of the ring, and then from the turnbuckle, we had Cesaro delivering a powerbomb on Rollins onto Ambrose, and that easily could have been it, the 1, 2, 3, and that wasn't enough in order to get the pin with the Shield fighting back and getting the kick out. This honestly was a really good match. It really dominated. As far right now, I'm not going to say that it's been a bad pay-per-view, but I'm sure there's people that are going to be waking up from a nap from Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt on this show. Jordan versus The Miz was good, but it wasn't great. And I honestly don't even remember what the pre-show match was. So we'll continue on with more from No Mercy. But that tag title match is going to be hard to beat for match of the night. Tag titles stay on the Shield. Ambrose and Rollins keep rolling on. We'll have to see what comes up next for them on Monday Night Raw. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Now listen up. I'm gonna let you finish. But you gotta be kidding me that Roman Reigns wins that match just like that with a Superman punch and spear. They built up this match that this was the biggest thing of all time. I'm saying Roman Reigns kicked out of 4 AAs in this one match. One of them was off the top rope out of the corner. 4 AAs out of the corner. I'm not saying this was the bad match. I'm not saying that I didn't think that Roman Reigns was going to win this match. I'm just saying these guys did everything inside of the Staples Center to put on possibly one of the best matches of this year. The only thing that I didn't like about it is the way that the match ended. I haven't seen a match this good since Cena versus AJ at the Royal Rumble. And I'm hoping that was this year. I'm pretty sure it was in the Alamo Dome when Cena won the championship. That was a great match. This was a good match too. We all knew this was going to be good. We all knew that this was WrestleMania caliber, that this was something that could fill up the Superdome in New Orleans. And we were all wondering why they did it in LA, why they did it at No Mercy, why they did it at the Staples Center. What is this building towards? Roman Reigns got his win. That's a feather in his cap. He's beat The Undertaker. He's beat Triple H. He's beat John Cena. He's, the number one guy on the block. This is his yard. There's nothing else that they can do for this guy. The people are cheering him right now. But I hear a cheer. But I see a lot of middle fingers. I see a lot of thumbs downs. I see a lot of... I haven't seen this since the 90s. But they're bringing it back tonight. This was a good match. I mean, it had everything. Cena did his part. He did everything he could, and I think when it comes down to it, I think he'll be on Raw tomorrow night, and I think that Cena will say that he did what he did to try to bring the best out of Roman Reigns. That's why he came to Monday Night Raw. That's what his plan was try to push this guy to be the face of the company. Cena knows that he's going to be going off. He can't be there full time. He's got other obligations. He's trying to live his life. Maybe he's trying to start a family with Nikki Bella, this, that, and the other. And he wants there to be a changing of the guard and everyone to know that this guy's the guy. They've done everything they can do with Roman now. This guy's won the Rumble. This guy's went to main event in WrestleMania 31. He didn't get the win against Brock. That's possibly the last thing that they can do. WrestleMania, I bet that Roman has to beat Brock Lesnar. But he's beat Triple H for the title at WrestleMania 32 in the main event of WrestleMania. This guy beat Undertaker. It wasn't for the streak, but it did end his career at WrestleMania 33 to main event the show. Second show in a row, he main evented WrestleMania. I apologize. That would be the third year in a row he main evented WrestleMania. Second time he walked out with a win. That was a damn good match. I mean, you got a spear through a table. You got 4 AAs. You got the Superman punch. You got the spear. They did everything that they could do. John Cena, honestly, is sitting in the corner right now. He doesn't look like he put over Roman Reigns. He doesn't look like he's glad he did the honors. He honestly looks like he's sitting there in the corner, almost like when he lost AJ Styles and he took off his armband and laid it there in the ring. And we knew that he was going to be gone for a while. He looks like after he got beat at WrestleMania 28 to The Rock, when he was just sitting on the outside like he didn't know what's left. We'll have to see. I bet they're going to be doing an angle with Cena right now where he's going to be thinking, what's next? What's he got left to do? What can he do? And we'll see what it is. Coming up next is going to be the big main event. But the 205 Live Cruiserweight Championship gets stuck in the hole in between the John Cena and Roman Reigns match and Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. This match was sort of used to always be the Divas Championship match, but the Cruiserweight spot. Honestly, when it came down to it, Enzo going up against Neville didn't really have me, enthralled to watch this show. I didn't think that it was going to be, the biggest match of all time. I'm not the biggest 205 Live show, but I will say that there's a lot of talent on that show to go around. Everything that went down with Enzo Amore, and you can say that he took a demotion to go to Monday Night Raw after his feud with Big Cass ended. And some people say that it's a demotion because, he got kicked off the bus, or he gives all his money to strippers, or, he got caught cheating on Liv Morgan in NXT. Going to be one of the hottest babes on the WWE Women's roster, whether if it's on Raw or SmackDown sooner than later. I don't see her on television anymore, but it's my own fault because I don't watch NXT as much as I used to. But, some people think that Enzo might be the guy to save 205 Live, that he's sort of like a big name. He's a star on Raw. He had the tag team in NXT with Big Cass, and they had a lot of, popularity. And even though they split, this is possibly the one place that he could go to, whether if it's a demotion or not, and people will get excited. I don't know of anybody turning into 205 Live to see Enzo. Maybe it's one thing to have him have the championship and then he has a title on Tuesday, and we'll see if people tune in. But the way that this match was booked was Neville kicked this guy's ass. And basically he used sort of an Eddie Guerrero tactic of cheat to win. He grabbed the Cruiserweight belt, from the outside, and he took it in the inside and made it look like he was going to hit Neville with it for the referee to step in and say, hey, you can't do that. Give me the title. And when he handed over the belt, Enzo kicked him in the nuts, gave him the DDT, rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3, and Enzo's your new Cruiserweight champ. To me, that's not how you make a real champion. But you had to get the title off of Neville one way or another. Neville seems to be the king of 205 Live, so we'll see if that continues. But this match didn't really do anything for me. But maybe they got the title on the guy they wanted to be on. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you the ending of the WWE No Mercy 2017 show. honestly, in my opinion, Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman fell flat. I understand that this is the main event because it's the WWE Universal Championship and it's Brock Lesnar, but there's no way that this match adds up to John Cena versus Roman Reigns. To me, honestly, I understand that Brock Lesnar gets in the ring. You want it to be fast-paced. You want it to be hard-hitting. You basically want to get a UFC-type feel that anything can happen at any time. But it seems that the last few Brock matches, especially like the Samoa Joe one at Great Balls of Fire, is you want it to be believable at any minute that Brock could lose because the guys that he is going up against is high-caliber WWE talent. He's not going up against guys. I mean, Braun Strowman, honestly, is a guy that has been built up over the past 2 years. I've talked about this in other videos when I did the preview for the No Mercy show, talking about Brock versus Braun. This is a guy that, when he was a part of the Wyatts, people thought that they were building this guy up in order to have a match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33 and have that match be believable. When he was in the Wyatts, he was the strong guy, but also he was sort of a goof at some points. But, he's really looked strong since breaking out on his own with the Raw Initiative, moving over during the draft, and they built him up and built him up. Where do they go from here? He loses to Brock, he loses clean. Unless you put him in another Rumble and build him up that way, or you get him into some sort of six-pack challenge or something like that. I don't see where you build up with this. But Brock beats Braun. Match nothing that big. F5, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Braun did get some offense in, but then again, Samoa Joe got offense in as well. So it's not like that's a big mystery. And here's Renee on Raw Talk wearing this shirt that I think I've seen her wear at least 100 times. So we'll see where we go. Monday Night Raw is tomorrow. See you guys down the road.